Welcome to Thriving Tribesmen. My name is Kuri, your host, and I'm excited to be making this episode. So, a lot of your wives that are causing the sexless relationship is because they are on easy mode. You've allowed them to operate in easy mode in your marriage, and therefore it lowers the value of your relationship, and therefore you end up in this sexless relationship. And it's common across the board. The moment you lower any of your investment and again, most people lower their investment because they're trying to be gentlemen. You've been taught to be gentlemen by, Disney and all these other influences where you feel like you need to be chivalrous. And by being chivalrous, you think it's going to raise your value, but really it lowers your value. So, for example, the chores around the house, how you divide the chores around the house, how you to communicate around that is very important. Generally, my wife knows that this is what she's going to be doing. So, for example, she will know she'll cook and clean and make sure that the house is clean and tidy. And she will take the responsibility of making sure that our clothes are washed and things that normally don't iron, we sort of put them away. So sometimes I put them away because it's a bit heavy and it's better on the back. Generally on the weekend I'll come and do most of the chores, and because I wanted to rest. She's got back problems, but generally it's out of a sense of I want to do it because I wanted to rest, but not in the sense of I want to do this in order to get sex. And then again, the value then comes from the fact that I'm just doing it for myself, but I'm not doing it in order to reduce her workload, because she generally if she's meant to be doing something, I'll allow her to do it. I won't take over it. If I need to sit down and relax, I will take that time to relax, because as well as you are working, you also need time to recharge. So sometimes I'll say, I'm going up for a nap, and I'll go out and sleep. And again, she knows the value of that I need some rest when I'm at home, and so does she. I know the value for that, but at the same time, we divide our roles in a way that she has to step up and do what's meant to be done if I'm resting. So again, this is very important, because again, that contribution within that relationship is so important, because not only is she stepping in when she's feeling tired and she's put into the family, but it creates this value towards what we're doing as a family. And this is just for chores, and there's other bits. So dealing with children, having sex sometimes. So sometimes she's tired, she's feeling groggy and so on, but she still makes the effort of making herself look good, so we can do so. And again, these are sort of investments, and that's the higher end of the investment. But a lot of for her to get to that point, it's because she's already in the habit of investing continuously within that relationship. And most guys usually, when they invest, and it can look very difficult, so they sort of try and stop her from investing, because I think it's gonna help. If she doesn't do a lot, then it helps with the relationship. What generally that does is that it lowers the value of what she's doing. She lowers the and again, the best way of explaining this is that if you had two guys who have $1 million, one is a self-made millionaire, the other one is won it from the lottery. The way they view the value, or the way they value that money, is different. Same amount, but the way they value it is different. So because there's been less effort to getting the money that's made from the lottery, the way they view it, they will easily spend it, because they just don't value it as much as the guy who's spent many years building skills so that he can end up earning this million. So again, the way that being able to work towards earning it adds the value to that million. And this is what the adding of value to the relationship is only happens when she's investing within the relationship. If you allow her to operate on easy mode, you end up in a sexless relationship, because again, there's a lot of things that happen when you increase difficulty. She allows herself to build self-confidence, because when she's accomplished those things, every time my wife puts stuff away, or she's done some of the washing, or the washing basket is empty and she's been able to do so, it's this massive tick, like, oh, I've done this. And you can see almost this sense of accomplishment. And that, again, it's just, it seems so trivial, but it's just that one thing that I've done this and I've contributed to my family, and it's got this sense of pride. It feeds into the fact that she's a good mom, she's a good wife, and she feels good about herself. When she doesn't do anything and then you are putting her on easy mode, she doesn't feel that. She doesn't do that. And when you do that for a long period of time, it then starts affecting your relationship, because it doesn't feel like a sense of worth. It doesn't feel a sense of ownership within the relationship. And again, that just stops her from, because you've stopped her from investing, so she just stops her from even investing sexually. 9 times out of 10, in fact, the last 10 times that we've had sex, my wife is the one that's initiated it, and it's because there's all these other things that she's doing that's building her confidence. And I'm not saying she's doing it and she's doing it willingly and she's enjoying doing it. 9 times out of 10, she hates doing washing. She hates having to clean and cook and all of those things. But it's when she's done it afterwards, she gets so much from it, and the feedback that she gets from it is that it's quite a happier family. And I'm not saying in the sense of that's her place. She brings so much more to the table in terms of the relationship. But I'm just giving you the example that she's opted not to live on easy mode, and I've not enabled her to live on easy mode, and therefore our relationship is thriving. So I just wanted to mention that, and hopefully it's something that you needed to hear as we're going into the weekend, and you can be able to start adjusting this. It's going to take you a while to adjust this, especially if you one of the guys in the Reignite Men said I was the errand boy. If you feel like an errand boy, you're being bossed around, you're pretty much doing everything, and she's just sitting around doing nothing, that is good. It's very, very bad for you. And I liken it to, if you were stranded on an island and you needed water. If the water is running, it's good for you to drink. It's much better for you to drink than the water that's just sitting and standing and not doing anything. It's just gathering bacteria. It's that similar concept. So you have to think about it from that perspective. And her being industrious as much as you are builds value. And some of you guys, I feel entitled to having sex because you do so much within the relation. That's why it raises the entitlement, and then there's all this disparity between you guys in terms of seduction and when you need to go sexually. So thank you very much, guys. I'll be seeing you guys soon. Hopefully, guys, you have a good weekend. Take care.